Hey guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to seduce a man. I've been drinking in almost every single video this week. That's alarming. I think I need to stop. Just kidding. Anyways, so as you guys know, because of my past profession, I am just very good at seducing men. If you watch this video and you follow all of my steps, there's just no way your man will ever say no to you. These are tried and true methods. They have been scientifically proven. I have pie charts, graphs, scientific studies. This guy right here, he says it works. This stuff really works. Also, side note, don't seduce a man that clearly does not want to be seduced, because I think that's sexual harassment, and it goes both ways, ladies. Now let's face it, seducing a guy is so much easier than seducing a girl. Usually with a guy, all you have to do is just do a little bit of this and a little bit of, and you're good to go. But these things do help, and I find that the harder it is to seduce a man, the more quality the man is. I don't know, maybe because easy guys are just not as fun to seduce. I don't know. This sounds so bad. I'm gonna sound like a terrible person. So first of all, in order to seduce a man, you have to at least look well put together. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy a $1,000 dress. I'm just talking about personal hygiene. Most guys actually like it when you dress down. Some guys even prefer a girl in sweatpants and a t-shirt. But it shouldn't matter really what you're wearing, just as long as you smell nice. Make sure that you wear a nice, fun, flirty scent. And I like to put that right here, behind my nose, in between my tatas, sometimes in my nether regions. It just creates a very sexy air about you, and it's more inviting. If a guy is sitting next to you and you smell delicious, he'll just want to get closer to you because he'll be so attracted to the scent. Another thing that I find really, really crucial is oral hygiene. Just you brush your teeth, bitch. Doesn't matter how hot you are. You could be freaking Megan Fox, but if your breath smells like a cemetery, no man is going to want to get near your face. So chew gum, take mints, and make sure that your teeth at least look like they have been brushed that day. Doesn't matter if your teeth are crooked or straight. As you guys can see, I have jacked up teeth, but the one thing people always compliment me on is the fact that I have really, really white teeth, and they're not naturally this way. I actually do use a whitening product, which I will tell you guys a little bit about. I've tried a lot of drugstore whiteners, and White with Style is probably my favorite. So for only $28, you receive 2 cartridges, a full syringe of whitener, and a few Q-tips that have vitamin E inside of them. And basically what you do is you boil up some water and you insert these cartridges into the water for about 10 seconds until they become soft enough that you can mold them to the exact shape of your teeth. Once you have your mold all set and ready, just add a small drop of the gel to each tooth impression and place it into your mouth, and then attach the LED thing, which looks so cool, and leave it in for about 30 minutes, or if you're like me and you're super impatient, 25 minutes. And I've used this 3 times already, and I have to say it has whitened my teeth a great deal. I mean, I never really had yellow teeth to begin with, but I feel like it has made a bit of a difference. So if you guys are looking to whiten your teeth up to 7 shades, you should definitely check out White with Style. I have a discount code for you guys in the description box below as well, and all the information that you need will be down below. And I feel like when I look at somebody's teeth, it doesn't really matter to me if they're crooked or if they have spaces in between their teeth. Just as long as their teeth look clean and white, it just makes me want to kiss them. So I would definitely recommend getting these teeth whiteners. They're only $28, which is insanely cheap. All the other stuff that you can get at drugstores is way more expensive, and this stuff works way better, way faster, and I love the cool light up feature. I just think it's so fun to use. The next thing that you should do when you are seducing a man is to obviously find a man. Where do you find a man? I know that's a very commonly asked question. Stephanie, where do you find all these men? Do you just go out in the streets? Do you go out in the field? Do you hold up a sign at the airport? Well, the truth is, for the past couple of years, I have been using Tinder. I've used Plenty of Fish. My dog is shaking. I've used OkCupid. I've used Bumble for a week, but turns out I don't know how to initiate conversations with men. And all of those are pretty easy as in regards to finding men. I definitely think it is the women's advantage. But I actually find that the best way to meet somebody is to go to a bar. And I think the #1 way of reeling a man in is eye contact. So once you're sitting at the bar, look around. Do you see a guy that sparks your interest? If so, look over his way, see if he looks over at you. If you guys make eye contact, hold that eye contact for more than 2 seconds. That usually shows that you are interested. And if you lock eyes and hold that contact for more than 2 seconds and he doesn't come over, well then I would say just try it one more time, but if he doesn't respond after that, then he's clearly an idiot or he's just not interested, so ignore him. Another thing that I have learned about seducing a man is something that's actually scientifically proven. It is called mirroring. I just recently learned about it, but it has been a huge mind-blowing eye-opener for me. So when you're with somebody and you are physically attracted to them and there is chemistry between you, you will do this thing called body mirroring, whereas, you know, if they move a certain way, you kind of move with them. You're just basically copying their movement. So if a guy moves a little bit closer, you move a little bit closer. If a guy crosses his leg, you cross your leg. If a guy does this, you do this. If a guy looks at you, you look at him. So you're basically just kind of having this weird dance together. I remember I was on a date with a guy about 6 months ago and I wasn't really sure if he liked me. And so I just decided to start analyzing our body movements. And as soon as I did that, I was like, damn, this dude is really, really into me. And turns out he was, but he was also just using me for my vagina. So fuck you, dude. You know, like at the same time, don't be creepy and copy every single little thing he does, but just see if you guys are mirroring each other's movements. And maybe if you're not, then try to and see how that helps you out. Another way of seducing a man is to maintain eye contact. This is very, very important. I just like to keep a deep, soulful gaze with a man when I am out with him. I feel like whenever I look at a guy, I just keep thinking to myself, I'm trying to look into your soul. And I'm not trying to fuck with dudes or anything. It's not like I'm telling these dudes that I'm in love with them. It's just something I've become very good at. So, you know, definitely maintain eye contact. Try not to blink too much, but also like try not to not blink too much because then you'll just end up being like this and then that's just crazy. By the way, Frank is here. You guys have been wondering where he was. He hasn't been in many of my videos lately, but that's just because he's been busy doing dog stuff. But another thing that I like to do on top of just maintaining eye contact is I like to every now and then just glance down at their lips and be very, very aware of your facial movements. So for example, if a guy is talking to me and he's telling me a funny story or something, obviously I'm gonna be laughing and acting like I'm so interested in everything he has to say. You're so interesting, oh my God. But you know, I also like to be very aware of what's going on in my face. I have to look engaged, I have to look interested, and I like to do this thing with my lips. Now, I wouldn't call it duck face, but I would just like to call it a very sexy, smoldering look. So I'm going to show you guys an example of it, and ladies, I want you to go and grab a mirror and practice your smoldering, sexy look for me. This is so fucked. You know, definitely wear a lot of gloss on your lips. That also works as well. I feel like if you're trying to seduce a man, you should never try to wear lipstick, because if you have a lot of lipstick on, it almost makes the man feel like he doesn't want to kiss you, because if you have like a really, really bright red lipstick on, like obviously he doesn't want that all over his face. So if it's like a first date or if you're just going out with a guy and you want to make out with him, wear something very neutral on your lips, like a very nice sheer minty gloss. Now the next way to seduce a man is to ask him a lot of questions. A lot of guys like to feel that you are interested in them and that you want to know more about them. And the one question that I like to steer clear from during any of my dates that I go on is what they do for a living, what kind of car they drive. So definitely try to ask questions more about their family, their hobbies, their past experiences, and just really try to get to know the person that they are on the inside. It'll actually make them feel like you give a shit about them. And I guess the last tactic to seducing a man is, well, put down your drink, put down your cell phone, girls, put down whatever you're holding, and I just want you to take your 2 fingers, and I want you to place them right here. And if you feel a pulse, then that is basically all you need to seduce a man. But to be real for a moment, I think there is definitely a public misconception that men are nothing but horny pigs, and all you have to do is just show them a little bit of cleavage and open your legs and they're just wrapped around your finger. But that is not true. I think that men are also very emotionally and mentally complex, and I think that they need to be treated with respect. Seduction is fun and flirty and exciting, but I think that you should also try to go into every single situation with honest intentions. Make sure the guy that you're trying to seduce isn't like horribly emotionally vulnerable, and make sure you're going about it in a respectful and kind way. Like I said, I think seduction can be sexy and fun, but there is a line and you do not want to cross it, because then you'll just be creepy. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. It also helps out my channel so much. And to click on the pizza if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get notified whenever I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!